You know that old tech motto, move fast and break things? Well, what if that's the absolute worst approach for our most powerful technology? Today, we're diving into a fascinating blueprint for how to move smart instead, building AI with safety and intention baked in from the very start. This really gets right to the heart of everything, doesn't it? It's the big challenge that every AI developer is wrestling with. How do we unlock all this incredible potential without accidentally creating incredible new problems? And that's exactly what the blueprint we're looking at today is designed to solve. Because right now, the risks are very, very real. A lot of projects can suffer from just one person's point of view. A brilliant founder gets tunnel vision. Sometimes the code itself slowly drifts into this complex, unmanageable mess that nobody fully understands. Security gets treated like an afterthought. And worst of all, a system that was designed to help people can end up causing real harm. These aren't just what-ifs. These are the kinds of silent failures happening inside big projects every single day.
So, to fight these kinds of problems, you can't just rely on good intentions. Nope, you need a system that's just as smart as the technology it's supposed to be governing. And that brings us to our first big idea.
And that goal is so simple, but it's also really profound. The whole idea is that nothing gets built, not a single line of code gets executed without first having to survive a really tough multidisciplinary challenge. It's kind of like building the brakes before you even think about building the engine.
Okay, so how does this actually work in practice? Well, the proposed solution is pretty elegant. You assemble a dream team, but this isn't about hiring a bunch of human engineers. It's something totally different.
The Dream Team is a temporary council of specialized AI agents. And the real genius is in that word temporary. You see, unlike a permanent human committee that can get stuck in its ways, this is a fresh panel of AI experts that gets called up for one job and one job only, to poke holes in a new proposal from every single angle you can imagine. It's basically mission control for ideas.
And here's where the model gets really clever. By clearly defining the team's limits. Look at this. These agents are lenses to see problems through. They are not the decision makers. They are an advisory council, not some kind of governing authority. They offer specialized intelligence, but they're not autonomous actors running the show. And that is an absolutely crucial distinction. The expertise here is designed to be incredibly well-rounded. The team covers 4 main areas. Everything from the nitty-gritty details of the system's architecture and whether it's even possible to build, all the way to its real-world impact on people and society. It's a full 360-degree review before a single thing gets the green light.
Let's zoom in on a few of these key roles, because this stuff is fascinating. First up, you have the Guardian. This agent's only job is to think like an attacker. It's basically a professional pessimist, always asking, how could someone misuse this? What is the absolute worst-case scenario here?
Then you've got the Human Advocate. And wow, this one is so important. This agent's entire focus is on us, on people. Does this proposal respect human dignity? Does it create confusion or just totally overwhelm the user? It's there to make sure the human experience is always front and center.
And finally, the Ethics and Intent agent. This one's job isn't to push some ideology. Its job is to check for consistency. Does the proposal actually do what it says it's going to do, or are there some manipulative or sneaky dynamics hidden inside? You could think of it as the system's built-in lie detector.
So, you've got this dream team of AI agents. How do they actually work together? Well, the process is called the round-robin gauntlet, and it's a mandatory challenge that every single important idea has to go through.
And yeah, it is not optional. The gauntlet gets triggered automatically for any proposal that could have a real impact. We're talking everything from changing a few lines of code to introducing something that might influence how people behave. Nothing important is allowed to slip through the cracks.
The process itself is really rigorous. It all starts with a clear goal, stated by a human. Then each agent reviews the plan on its own. This part is key. It prevents groupthink. Any disagreements are deliberately brought to the surface and highlighted, not just averaged out. All of that feedback gets pulled together into a final report, but the last step is always, and I mean always, a human making the final call. And this is absolutely crucial. There are non-negotiable red lines. If the Guardian finds a critical security flaw, or if the Human Advocate flags a major breach of trust, the whole process just halts, full stop. In this system, safety isn't a feature, it's the default setting.
Okay, this brings us to the bedrock of the entire system, the hard-coded rules that dictate what these powerful AI agents are allowed to do, and more importantly, what they can't.
And this right here, this is the most important rule of all. It's the Prime Directive.
Human authority is absolute. No AI, no matter how smart it is, can override a direct human command. This isn't just a suggestion, it's an architectural guarantee.
This slide shows the built-in safeguards perfectly. The agents are incredibly powerful analysts, but they are completely powerless to act. They can't execute code, they can't write to memory, they can't talk to the outside world, and they can't even remember things after their session is over. They are pure, sandboxed advisors, period.
So what can they do? Well, this is where they really shine. They can analyze the proposal, they can critique its weak spots, they can suggest ways to make it better, and, most importantly, they can explicitly disagree with each other. Their whole purpose is to give clear, critical, and diverse advice to the human who's actually in charge.
All right, so let's zoom out and look at the big picture. Why go to all this trouble? Why does a system like this matter so much, especially right now?
The payoff is huge. What you get is a framework for genuine innovation that also has safety built in. It lets us use incredible AI intelligence without ever losing control. It makes these massive, complex systems actually buildable and safe. And it protects human authority in a world where we're going to be collaborating more and more with AI. Plus, since everything is logged, there are no mysteries.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this single, powerful idea. This entire structure is designed to make sure that our smart systems don't quietly or accidentally turn into dangerous ones.
So we've just walked through a blueprint for a future where we can collaborate with AI safely and build some truly amazing things with real intention. The only question left is, now that we have a plan for how to do it right, what should we build first?